Hey everybody, so in case you have not been listening or paying attention to the news today, the United States Supreme Court voted in favor of upholding the healthcare law that was passed back in December 2010. Now I'm not here today to talk about I'm in favor of this law or I'm against this law. That's a whole nother conversation and argument that for another time. Basically what I want to talk about is, what does this mean? What would it do from here on out? But before we get into that, if you guys remember, I made a video about a few months back, I think, about this case, and I was worried about how the judges would vote. And it was almost as I had feared. The conservative judges voted against this law, while the liberal judges voted in favor of it, with one exception. The Supreme Court Chief Justice, who is a conservative, was brought in from a conservative president, Bush, actually voted in favor of it. This was quite a surprise, but ultimately, as he says, it is not for the United States Supreme Court to judge on the opinions of a law. Basically, what the Supreme Court does is look out for the rights and individuals of America, and to determine what Congress can and cannot do by law. Ultimately, the Supreme Court says that yes, this is a valid and reasonable way for Congress to tax its people. Now, let's take a look at the two parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. Of course, the Democrats are just absolutely elated. They feel like this is a huge victory, especially for Barack Obama, who pushed so hard for this. This is definitely a huge feather in his cap, and he would definitely use this to get an advantage in the upcoming election. I was thinking that Romney was definitely looking forward that if he could get at least some part of the bill thrown out, he could definitely use that in the upcoming election. But now, since that is no longer an option, Romney and the GOP have to look toward other areas toward where they can get an advantage. One of those areas being the failure of the Fast and Furious operation that took over the last 2 years. But ultimately, the GOP, I think they were really expecting some parts of this bill to be overturned, and so did I. I thought that there was going to be some change to the bill, but this is quite a surprise, for me anyway. Romney has said that he is going to do what the Supreme Court justices could not do, implying that he believes when he will win the presidency, that he will do what he can to not, I won't say destroy the bill, but do what he can to limit the bill's power and possibly even dissolve it or abolish it. Or I'm not even sure you can say abolish, but he would do if he became president, one of the first things he would do is to kind of bring down this law. But ultimately now, I think President Barack Obama really does have a strong chance now of getting reelected. Before this, I was pretty much, it was pretty much 50-50 for me, I think, because it really could have gone either way. But if you look at President Obama's track record for his presidency, 2010 the bill was passed. In 2011, Osama bin Laden had been killed, and now here in 2012, the bill has been upheld by the Supreme Court. Definitely, there's a lot of wins for President Barack Obama in his first term, as Romney is trying to find ways to focus on winning the presidency and getting the GOP back in control of Congress. But now with this victory, it almost seems that, I won't say it's not possible, but definitely it is an uphill battle for the GOP. And so which leads me to my question, guys. What did you think about the vote from the United States Supreme Court? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Were you mixed like I am? Did you think that some of the bill would be passed, some of the bill would not be passed? Were you shocked that all of it was passed? How do you think this will affect in the upcoming election? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys next time.